Hey Virgos, welcome and welcome back to the Honey Sea Star Tarot, and welcome to our third early birthday gift of this week, August 15th. Oh my goodness, I tell you what, this is a day of destined moments like no other. I'm going to be very excited. I'll try and settle down during this reading, but oh my goodness, Virgos, this one tickles me and gives me goosebumps. It's like in so many great ways. It's got so much healing to it. It's got so much fate, destiny, true potential of matches, compatibilities in such a prolific way. It's gorgeous. Before we get started though, I just also want to say thank you guys to each and every one of you, because truly you guys make me melt. You guys truly make me feel like I have found my soul tribe in so many great ways that truly just, it's like the gift that keeps on giving from each and every one of you guys. All your likes, views, shares, subscribes, your comments, getting to hear your success stories, getting to connect with you. Truly, it's such a beautiful language and frequency and harmony. And you guys truly make me melt like no other. I just cannot, I stammer to try and think about how much I try and want to like express to you how much it means and how much each and every one of you make a difference. And I love you back. That is the best thing that I can say and find the words to articulate how you guys make me feel and how I feel about you. So, getting into this right away. Welcome to our third early birthday gift, Virgos. I am just saying. So, on August 15th, Venus and Jupiter, spoiler alert, play a role in this, but Venus is trine with our North Node, which is in Pisces and in our 7th house of partnerships. Venus also, our heart's desires, is also sextile with our South Node at 18 degrees, which is in Virgo in our 1st house of self. This is like, let's get into this because it's absolutely gorgeous energy. And two, just breaking it down with the 18 degree, oh my gosh, at the bottom of the deck right here. I promise I'll stop, but this is, oh my gosh, okay. I promise we'll get into it. But this, the bottom of the deck totally called to me and gave me goosebumps here. But this is where 18 degrees breaks down 3 and 6. So there's a synergy of harmony in such a beautiful way when you've got this sextile in our South Node with Venus, our heart's desires, and she's working in a harmonious flow with our North Node. And it's all about partnerships, and also to how that mutuality and that individuality play a role together between our 7th house of partnerships and our 1st house of the self. Right away with the tarot, this is where it's like if you've been indecisive, overwhelmed, fears of uncertainty, stressed when it comes to how to balance those two aspects in your relationships, vulnerability versus individuality, mutuality versus individuality. This is where this whole aspect, these transits, are truly going to offer you so much healing in so many prolific ways. So just to get into it right away as I put these out, the nodes of fate and destiny, the South and the North Node. So these two are a pair. They're 2 points where the moon's orbit intersects the Earth's path don't ask, around the sun, soul's temple, our source, our divine source, VIP knowledge, access, our oneness, our temple. They offer inherent tension between the past and the future. And this goes into past lives, soul's lessons, contracts of higher learning, ascension, and expansion that we sign up for, our soul signs up for in this life. Our North Node is our purpose. So what we're meant to, or what our soul wants us to learn, to grow into in this lifetime, it's our cutting edge. For me, for instance, I've got a North Node in Gemini. That's embracing adaptabilities, dualities, embracing the light and the dark rather than seeing me just as needing to be one thing. Perfection, right? Virgo, all the way. So this is where we're truly growing into our potential. It's our future. New experiences, new areas of challenge to find, or for us to find and achieve ultimate fulfillment. It truly is our growth. It takes us out of our comfort zone and it challenges us for new opportunities. Our South Node is our past. and our knowledge, lessons we've already learned in our past lives. This is our natural talents, habits, instincts. They're familiar to a point where they come so easy, we can actually become overly reliant on them and fall back to them, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. However, it leads to a codependency that doesn't give us the friction that's needed in order to grow, to ascend, to expand. And so these two are very much an inherent tension between where we've been and where we want to go, where our soul has already been and where our soul truly wants to expand and ascend to. So this is where they're familiar with each other, and they also work with each other within us and within the skies. So right now, our North Node is in Pisces in our 7th house of partnerships. South Node's in Virgo, 1st house of self. This is a dynamic balance between individuality and mutuality. The opportunities and the challenges and how we find that balance all together. And they also are the nodes of fate and destiny. This is creating a very high potential this day of destined moments, destined connections, epiphanies in such a beautiful way. And it's all encompassed, trined, sextiled with the heart's desire. Venus is awakening with us, right? She is in Cancer, in 11th, like in our 11th house. Hopes, wishes, dreams, long-term goals, aspirations, humanitarian efforts, networks, social systems, community. This is finding your soul tribe, soulmates. And remember, soulmates, if you're looking for love, absolutely, right? It's got a lot to do with our relationships, but it's not just encompassing just love when it comes to partnerships, when you think of marriage or the traditional sense of soulmate. This can be soulmates as any part of your soul tribe and how your connections go. Your connection with your mother, your father, your siblings, longer removed family like uncles, aunts, cousins. This also has a lot to do, especially with the trines going on right now, the grand air trine and also the mini grand trine. This has a lot to do with business partnerships as well. Who you work with. This could be coworkers, bosses, business partners if you're entrepreneurial. All of them play a role and are encompassed in this. So take what resonates, right? Don't put it all into one mold, because this encompasses all of your soul's connections, all of your soul's ties. So think larger than just the traditional Al Green kind of love, but instead think Isley Brothers kind of love and happiness, right? And if that resonates, by all means, put a heart in the comments below. But this is 10 of Cups energy. Destined moments. This is the third birthday gift of the week in such a beautiful healing way. Attainment of happiness, fulfillment, joy, family, love, luck, stability, success, health. All of them play a role here. This is where you are leaving behind what has led you to feel like you were entrapped, abandoned in some ways as well. This is escaping from the mold in so many great ways, but it's escaping with strength because you hold the keys to any lock that's been, or any chain that's been locked against you in these forms through past lives and in this life. You're moving in a lot of ways. You could be moving to a new location as well. Travel may be involved. Either way, you're moving with this high priestess energy, which also balances down to the two dualities. Balance. I love it. But this is also where, and we'll get into it as well, but your intuition plays a very big part in this, especially with Pisces energy in our 7th house, our North Node, right? This is utilizing your discernment when it comes to the partners that you choose, the partners that you choose to connect with as well. Rumination on the lessons that you've learned from the South Node, right? Especially with the sextiles. So, I haven't gone into this. Let me know in the comments below if you want me to break these down higher or into a much greater depth than just this. But the way that I look at trines, sextiles, conjunctions, and also oppositions with alignments in our transits. So trines are harmony. Sextiles are cooperative. Conjunctions are amplification. Say that 10 times fast. And then oppositions are challenges, or rather put, tensions. They help us grow through uncovering vulnerabilities, basically, so that we can strengthen areas. So that's kind of how to look at this. We've got Venus working in harmony with our North Node. we've got Venus working in cooperation with our South Node. This is all with fates and destiny when it comes to our partnerships and how we look at the self, especially with those lower expressions and those higher expressions as well, right? Light and dark, positivity and negativity. So overly analytical, overcritical aspects, perfectionism, having to dim your light, or being afraid of being seen and accepted for being every part of you rather than what you want people to see or what other people want you to be. 2, this is letting your intuition guide you with discernment through all of that, all of the lessons learned, and it's working in an easy flow of harmony. It's your potential. It's the potential of the relationships that you're meant to come into contact with in this life. So, with the lunar north node in Pisces in our 7th house, it's urging us really to develop our compassion, our intuition, our discernment, and our spiritual connection within our relationships, to surrender to faith and also surrender to flow, the natural ebb and flow of connections as well, especially when it comes to the ideas of abandonment, if you've been accused of that, or if you felt that in relationships as well. It's surrender to all of it, because love transcends time and space, right? It's the ebb and the flow. Energy is always moving. To see the deeper, more spiritual connection and dimension in partnerships, in relationships, in the relationships that we make and that we meet along the way, and find that these connections are a true source of healing, inspiration, and spiritual growth, particularly as they manifest into new beginnings, prosperity. This also has a lot to do with a tie between who you already know with your South Node, and then who you're meant to meet through those connections with your North Node. Also, too, with the Grand Air Trine, like I was saying before. Check out the Trine reading. It's probably the best breakdown of it, but either way, just to briefly synopsis here. Mars is in Libra in our 2nd house of worth. Pluto is in our 6th house of work in Aquarius. And so that's really about channeling your inner spiritual warrior. And then we also have them trined with Uranus in our 10th house of career, fame, reputation, honors, achievements. It's got a lot to do with career. Your tie to your worth, your financial gain opportunities, your career as well, and who you work with, who you choose to invest time, energy, and money, finances into. So it's got a lot of ties in regards to that as well. And then with the mini trine that's going to be with us for the next 4 years, that's between Neptune, Uranus, and Pluto. Neptune currently is in Aries in our 8th house of transformation. So that's action or transformative action when it comes to your inner spirit warrior, your inner, like channeling your inner spirituality, how you define success, breakthroughs, opportunities when it comes to career. In Gemini, how you communicate, how you interact with people, how you adapt, and also flow with those dualities, right? Gemini has 2 sides to them, for better or for worse. I love that energy, I'm just saying, because it lets us encompass and fully see every shade of gray between the light and the dark. So this is really gorgeous energy. It's epiphanies, it's upsets, it's breakthroughs, it's breaking down what doesn't serve you so that you can be built back up and build back up the tribe, the connections you seek, the connections you deserve, with acceptance, vulnerability, perfect imperfection, to reach that true fulfillment of the 10 of Cups and to reach that Ace of Pentacles. So full true story here too, or true confession, as I was like shuffling both decks, because I shuffle and I clear the energy of my decks each time before a read. And then I also meditate on these readings as well, so that the energy is infused into this current read with these cards. In both decks, both times, I pulled the 10 of coins. I'm just saying. This has a lot to do with your business relationships in a lot of ways. You could be finding a love within your business relationships in some way, shape, or form, but it's a true soulmate connection. And why I say that is with this North Node connection, surrendering to the ebb and flow, the faith, the deeper, more spiritual connection and dimension within your partnerships that you meet, basically finding and uncovering the epiphany, walking in that spirituality, that these connections that are brought to you and that you're brought to in this life are a true source of healing, inspiration, spiritual growth, but they manifest in ways that are basically equated to finding your true soulmate if you're looking for love, strengthening bonds, and building relationships on really strong, firm foundations that stand the test of time and stand the volatilities that can shake them to their cores. Also developing, fulfilling professional relationships by letting go of rigid expectations, rigid control, and embodying more of a servant leadership mentality, particularly when you work together in cooperation. This is beautiful energy, and it's also too letting go of being controlled, standing up and voicing the self, not dimming the light, through the existence of and the empathy of forgiveness, acceptance, elevating the best of ourselves and the best of others in our relationships to grow together. And again, like I say, it's my favorite word, but to grow in a way that stands the test of time, stands the test of volatilities, and that's truly indomitable. And right now, with Venus being trine with our North Node, this is manifesting into something special. This is like true companionship. Sirius is there. Juno is here as well this week, right? Juno is long-term lasting compatibility, love, marriage, committing to commitment in so many great ways. This is where, if you're looking at the South Node particularly, and we'll get into this as well, but basically, if you've been finding in past relationships that you've had a loss of focus or they've been stagnant, missed, even feeling like they're missed opportunities, or two, that missed time. Like, I don't want to put waste of time in there because that's not the truth, right? Every relationship always teaches us something. Each one of them, you're kind of realizing in this epiphany, especially with this third gift this week, third early birthday gift. Thank you, universe. Just saying. These destined moments, especially with the heart's desire being poured into your companionships. You're looking at these relationships because they didn't work out, basically because they were meant to teach you what you truly want, what you truly deserve, with acceptance, with empathy, don't know why I can't say that, with forgiveness as well of ourselves and others, not holding yourself or others to higher expectations that basically bring you further away from being yourself. Because remember, with Uranus right now, with all of this trine energy, all this retrograde energy too that we had in July, it's breaking us down to truly lift us up to just be ourselves and know that we are truly enough. We are perfectly imperfect and imperfectly perfect in every way that we are, just as we are. This energy on the 15th, this harmonious energy of cooperation, compatibility with Venus tied into this, having so much to do with our partnerships, our companionships, the companionship too of our true heart's desires. It's bringing in the world, and this is where the universe is working in your favor. There's completion coming into this lesson, and this is the time to see those rewards manifest for what you've been looking for when it comes to partnerships. Like I say, it could be love, could be family, could be in business. But these are the relationships that not only stand the test of time, they offer comfort, joy, appreciation, cherishment of moments, memories that are created together. They bring true feelings of home, family, safety, stability, trust, acceptance with vulnerability, in truth of acceptance. This is destiny. These are the soul contracts that you wrote, that you basically were growing into a space so that you could align quantum entanglement physics-wise to truly align with on your soul's journey, especially with your South Node teaching you along the way. Especially with walking into your North Node, with challenging through future, new experiences, new areas of challenge to achieve that ultimate fulfillment. And if that resonates, by all means, put a heart in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe so that we can elevate this message, lift as many Virgos up as possible, because this is truly a gift, and it ties in a lot with that conjunction with Jupiter and Venus that we just had. Check out the second birthday gift reading that I did here this week, because they all tie together. Each one, the first, the second, and the third. But these two entangle in a very prolific, beautiful, healing kind of way. So Virgos, our South Node in Virgo, in lunar south node, I should say, not your chart, right? Keep that in mind. These are collective readings on the alignments and transits that are going on. You've got to look at your chart to see what lessons your south node, what house it's in, ties into where the lunar alignment is right now. This is where, with the lunar south node in Virgo, in our first house, being sextile with Venus at 18 degrees, and I know I kind of touched on it before, but let's break it down. 18 breaks down into 3 sixes, right? The synergy of harmony, the true balance of harmony, and they come back together. They break down at not 18 also breaks down to 9. In numerologically, in numerology, don't know why I couldn't say that. Numerologically speaking, this is coming to completions with binding synergy, building harmony into your relationships. This is so nurturing and healing. So in past relationships, particularly with a focus on your south node here, in past relationships, past life relationships, if you were prone to criticism, self-doubt, experienced sacrificing your self-image or your individuality, your aspirations, downplayed accomplishments, or abandoned them altogether for the sake of feeling that's what's needed in order to be loved, in order to be in a relationship, which culturally, especially with, in the 50s and the 60s, stay-at-home moms, right? Even in my own family, oh my goodness, both of my grandmothers, more so on my dad's side than so both of them are extremely intelligent. We come from extremely intelligent women and men, but either way, both women, more so on my dad's side. She actually had her bachelor's. She had her master's, if I remember right. I've got to go back to my ancestry books, but she was a highly intelligent and educated scholar. It wasn't until she got married that she walked away from work, walked away from her teachings, from her healings in a lot of ways to pursue being a stay-at-home mom, which, don't get me wrong, most important job in our lives that we will ever get to have is the gift of raising children, right? Being a mother, so nurturing, divine feminine energy. She had 9 kids too, by the way. Just saying. But either way, if you were finding, particularly even culturally during that time, it was very much expected of women to take care of the home front while the man was supposed to be the provider. Now that we're coming into different opening experiences through our own evolution, that's coming into a play where it's kind of, in a lot of ways, what I love seeing is turning the roles, women being the breadwinner and the men coming home for their much well-deserved opportunity of paternity and getting to raise their children, because they got to miss out on so many opportunities with divine masculine energy and raising their kids. We've got single parent families, people holding both roles. Absolutely gorgeous, just saying. Also, too, we've got balance. We've got both of them working together in a much more open-minded way, culturally speaking, in the United States than we did, 50, 60, 70 years ago. So in the sake of aspects bringing this back into play, if felt that you needed to downplay your accomplishments or abandon them altogether for the sake of feeling that was what was expected, needed in order to be in relationships, in order to experience mutuality, in order to experience love, that sacrifice was required, in order to experience love outside of the self, this sextile with the South Node and Venus is joining. The South Node with Venus's heart's desires in our 11th house of hopes, wishes, dreams, to truly be supported, accepted, and loved for everything that you are, every imperfection, every lower vibrational expression, every day, every moment that we're not at our best, in such a harmonious, constructive way to lift you up and move you towards the North Node of partnerships, ultimate fulfillment when it comes to partnerships, spiritual growth, healing growth, inspirational growth, strengthening of bonds, true soulmate, soul tribe, soul journey energy when it comes to walking through this life together. So South Node aspects with Virgo in particular, like I say, it can be a struggle with perfectionism, being overly critical or experiencing that, having to be perfect for someone else, to live up to their, or feel like you have to live up to someone else's expectations rather than just be yourself. Also, two pragmatic aspects, finding partnerships that make practical sense as opposed to following your heart's desires. Big one here, especially with Venus. This is where with the Queen of Swords, the South Node interaction with the sextile, especially when it comes to being overly objective, critical, being overly realistic rather than following the heart's dreams, to dream as big as the universe when it comes to calling in the relationships that don't make sense. Like what really comes to mind in a pragmatic way, but they fit perfectly in an energetic way. So what comes to mind is there's, oh my God, why am I escaping their name? There's a beautiful musical group from California anyway. She's got the voice like a dream, I tell you what. And I feel so bad that it's not coming to me right now. But either way, I won't sing it for you either, but there's this beautiful song that, and it's a husband and wife that are the main singers in the group, so gorgeous. Oh, Destiny's Child. No. It'll come. Anyway, she and him have this beautiful song where it basically talks about, the chorus is, "You're not the one for me. No, you're not the one for me, but you're the one that I choose." That's what this third gift is all about. It's following that heart. It's looking beyond what makes practical sense, what has to constantly be pragmatic, but instead it stands in your heart's truth. Rather than just thinking rational, it's like abandoning the mind. Maybe that's a bad way of putting it, because you're utilizing your intuition and your discernment from the wisdom that you've gained along relationships that are not good for you. What I mean is you're letting the heart, the mind of the heart, speak above the ego when it comes to what you're truly pulled towards on an energetic level and vibrational frequency alignment coming into your partnerships and realizing the depths of that spiritual connection. And if that resonates, like I say, by all means, share your thoughts, put a heart in the comments below, because this has 11th house written all over it. And remember, Jupiter's in our 11th house too. This is hopes, wishes, dreams, aspirations, long-term goals. So it's long-lasting commitments, especially when it comes to your partnerships. But it's blessed with Jupiter's luck, blessings, optimism, abundance, luck, joy, comforts when it comes to Venus. This is gorgeous energy. And with the South Node as well, this is truly a nurturing energy where its expressions in ways where it's harmonious and constructive, in a way where nurture meets integration for Virgos. This is emotional intelligence, coherence, emotional coherence and harmony, self-acceptance, compassion, balance, in the way that compatible soulmates, all compatible soulmate relationships integrate when it comes to balancing individuality and mutuality as a dance through time, through experiences, through moments, and celebrates the ways that we shine as individuals as well as how we shine together. And it gets better from here. So the moon the moon right now on the 15th is also happening to be in Taurus. So Venus is the ruler of Taurus. Also too, the moon is our emotions, right? Emotional intelligence, emotional coherence when it comes to the dance through individuality and mutuality in our experiences, moments, the time we spend together, the time that truly we bond with our relationships. And to top that off, the moon in Taurus is also sextile, working with Venus and Jupiter today too. So we've got Jupiter hosting Venus. They're bunked up together in such a beautiful harmony, synergy in our 11th house, right? They're conjuncting each other. That happened on the 13th, or they aligned on the 13th with an amplification of blessings, luck, optimism, joy, comfort, stability, don't know why I couldn't talk there, support within our connections, within our community, our networks, our home, family, love that we experience in this life. This is gorgeous. There's something truly special and truly beautiful on the 15th when the moon comes into sextile with these two, and also too, Venus trines the north node and sextiles our south node at 18 degrees. This is coming to completions of where whatever you were accepting that was less than what you deserve, aligning with frequencies that weren't truly headed towards your north node, but instead made you dim your light through, like I say, almost becoming codependent upon what you've had ingrained or imprinted through past lives as the expectation of what's needed in a relationship. This is taking things in your relationships to a whole nother level of beauty, of destiny. It's fated. The challenge and the opportunity here in this day, in this third birthday gift, early birthday gift of this week, all lies in balancing practical nature with the spiritual and emotional depths of true potential in love and in partnerships, in using our inner knowing as well with our intuition, especially when it comes to Pisces energy with our North Node, and utilizing our intuition and our inner knowing as our true compass in navigating our soul's frequency alignments in our soulmate energy. This is, like I say, this is soul tribe energy, this is soulmate energy, this is meeting your future spouse at a local grocery store, diner, or gas station kind of energy. This is like you both always go there, but you haven't been there at the same time until now kind of energy. This is gorgeous. And too, with our 11th house playing a role, this is also has a very high potential of this is meeting this person, your soul tribe, through a mutual friend for the first time. This is opposites attract with a total complement of their strength and their weaknesses. I haven't gotten back to your comment, and I apologize yet because it's been on my mind, especially with this reading. It came onto my mind in the forefront. But somebody basically has a partner that they've been going through differences with, that Virgo, their person on the comment, Virgo, person that they were dealing with and heartbroken over right now at the moment, struggles with Libra. With I think it was in the Mars reading. Anyway, I will get back to you because this reading made me think of you. I am sending so much love and light to you because, truth be told, I too have a crush on a Libra. Just saying, so I share it with you. But typically when you look at the zodiac coherence, emotional coherence when it comes to alignments, Virgos and Libras don't typically stand out, or they typically, I'll put it in the positive connotation, they typically stand out as opposites in a lot of ways. So Virgos are more the introspective hermit. Libras are all about balance and cooperation. But here's where opposites attract. And on this day, if I'm talking to you still, by all means, this is the day to maybe meet up with that Libra. I'm just saying. Because this is the time where with Virgos in particular, like we in our relationships, our love language is honesty and genuine intention. Someone that offers their heart selflessly with sincerity. That's Libran energy. It's gorgeous. Libras are always busy in the mind, right? They're always working. Sometimes they people please a little bit too much. They sacrifice themselves for the sake of others. Of course, Virgos, with the South Node in Virgo right now as well, we can relate, right? Put a heart in the comments below if you agree. Libras, because their mind is so active, because they're constantly trying to work out balance, people please is the wrong word, but to work with people in a way that finds win-win solutions, which of course we can also relate to as well as Virgos. Libra's love language is looking for somebody that helps keep them centered and helps keep them grounded because they're so up in the mind all the time. So yes, opposites absolutely attract, but it's through complementing each other with their strengths and their weaknesses. Also, too, this energy today, like I say, it's destined. It's special. There's destined moments. So, like I say, plant seeding for you. If I'm still talking to you, yes, there's absolutely potential. It matters more about what's going on with your individual charts, about your compatibility, because it's not just about your sun sign, right? But also, too, how you cooperate, how you interact with each other. And also understand that dance. Find that balance of the dance of individuality and mutuality. We all need time and space together, apart, with people together, with others apart as well. Finding that whole coherence together is what brings that synergy. So this energy as well, especially on the idea that opposites attract. This is also with destined moments, someone who lives off grid meeting a millionaire. I'm not joking. And it's love at first sight in a random meeting chance where they're both meeting in a place that brought them out of their comfort zones, especially with the North Node and the South Node at play here with Venus. Jupiter and Venus, they have a funny way of doing things. I'm just saying, and I love it. I love it. And if you agree, by all means, put a heart in the comments below. Share your thoughts. And if you just chuckled with me, I have goosebumps too. So I'm just saying, this is the time where it's like, expect something really big and really random, either like I say, meeting at a place that you guys always go to but have always missed each other, through a connection that's mutual, through getting out of your comfort zones, total opposites attracting, in a random chance of meeting that had brought them out of their comfort zone, a place that they normally wouldn't go or haven't been to before. This is electric, but it's also fluid, it's vulnerable, it's completely authentic. It's also harmony. It's smooth. It's easy. It leads to fulfilling, long-lasting relationships. And like I say, it's not only just about love when it comes to marriage, though Juno is here. Let's just be real. It also is love when it comes to Sirius, the birth of life, fertility, when it comes to inspiration relationships, healing relationships, spiritual growth relationships, could be partnerships in work, could be partnerships through familial bonds, mother, father, siblings, cousins, aunts, uncles, grandparents, through lifetime soul tribe connections, even random strangers, someone that you have that deja vu connection of alignment, that frequency shock, that truly when you touch each other, when you see each other, when you connect, you know, there's an inner knowing that you not only are meant to meet again in this lifetime, but you've met before. You're meant to teach each other something. You're meant to inspire each other, to shine and lift each other up as individuals, and to shine in your strength together. This is long-lasting type of soul tribe energy, soulmate energy, in such a gorgeous way. It's like, and two, if you are looking for love, I'm just saying, this is the day. Get out of your South Node hermit. Go out somewhere. Get out of your comfort zone. And then come back here and tell me what you experience. I'm dying to know because I have goosebumps again and my ears are ringing. So I know someone's going to have something very special in that way. But this is truly like finding that one true soulmate after being apart after lifetimes and recognizing the potential and the irreplaceability in that connection, that energy that the entanglement holds in such a beautiful way. Reading the cards too, I wanted to make you guys anticipate this and kind of try and look at these as well while I was talking about the astrology, because this has got some beautiful energy and some wonderful messages that are meant for each and every one of you that only you're going to see. Reading them together with our connections though. The Two of Pentacles is harmonizing multiple responsibilities. This is balanced relationships. This is also unlimited possibilities and unlimited potential that has a lot to do with a solid foundation when it comes to Capricorn energy. Also has a lot to do with the blessings that Jupiter is giving you, especially with the dualities with Venus bunking up in our 11th house with him. And when it comes to partnerships, relationships, polarities, just saying opposites attract. Also, too, with dualities when it comes to making decisions. Like I say, a wise woman once told me, especially because it took me a long time to learn this. I'm human. No judgment. You can judge me. It's fine. But either way, a very wise woman, because I went through some bad relationships. Let's just be real. Some relationships that were very destructive, very toxic before I was able to learn this lesson. Because of course I had to do it more than once. But there are so many wrong partners that choose you. It's important to choose the right one for you. And it's not just coming from the place of Virgo, of analyzing, looking at practicality, looking at the pragmatic aspects of do you align on a very practical 3D kind of sense. It matters more about the energetic alignment, the heart's desires, the balance of what you guys can truly do with lifting each other up when it comes to providing that foundation, and especially with this Taurian energy. It's like the person that you see, that when you look into their eyes, you not only see like children being a grandparent, but you look forward to all these moments and you start instantly seeing them in an instant of a flash, like seeing generational moments, lifetimes of moments in a flash of energy, in a flash of lightning through the soul's eye connection of entanglement. This is the type of energy in a connection where the soul and the heart are truly intertwined, where you just know with your true compass, with your inner knowing, with your intuition, that you're connected. It's kismet, right? And like I say, it's not just about love relationships. It can also be business relationships, partnerships when it comes to familial energies as well, especially with that Taurian energy. But it brings comfort. It brings joy. You appreciate each other. You cherish each other naturally. You want to cherish each other. It brings a true essence and feeling of home, family, safety, stability with each other, trust, destiny in such a big way that the mind cannot control or try and manifest without the cooperation of the heart and without the cooperation of the universe, without that energetic entanglement. And if that resonates, like I say, by all means, share your thoughts, put a heart in the comments below, because this is where, with the Hanged Man, you're coming into this epiphany. This is destined moments on the 15th, where it's an epiphany of new perspectives. This is an epiphany of learning this spiritual growth, this prophecy. Maybe you've always looked for one true love in your life, right? Not everybody has that pull. It's very Lemurian, so it's very ancient within our DNA. This is where it's like you're finally finding that one person or two, like I say, in the connections that you meet through forgiveness, through acceptance. You're seeing those potentials in what you guys can grow to become in all types of relationships when it comes to your soul tribe, whichever way it resonates with you, whoever you come into contact with. Because it's energy, it's feeling that's very involuntary from the mind's ego. Instead, it's something that comes through submission, through surrender when it comes to faith. And when it comes to the 12, this reduces to a 3, right? This is compatibility in your communication, in your creativity, in your synthesis when you come together in your quantum entanglement. Dynamic balance when it comes to opposites, how you express each other, yourselves, and how you express yourself with each other when it comes to your mind's eye. Now remember, when it comes to the intuition with your third eye, this is utilizing your natural intuitive nature when it comes to the entanglements, the energetic feelings that you get when you come in connection with people in your relationships, but also too, when it comes to manifesting the soulmate, your soul tribe, aligning with them. It's allowing yourself to dream as big as the universe without basically holding one lens to your perception, being very aware of your personal bias and being open to what the universe delivers. Because like I say, this is energy that's got destiny written all over it. It's got fate written all over it. But there's something about it that's got a lot to it that's unexpected. So like I say, it's meeting that future spouse at a local grocery store, or diner, or gas station. You guys have both always been going there for years, but you just have never come there at the same time. Or meeting through a mutual friend, and you find out like you've both known this mutual person for like decades or forever, whatever. You've never met until this point, until this alignment. This is where opposites are coming together in a total complement. And I'll say it again, this is like total opposite aspects in the way of, like, say, someone that lives off grid, that's a total farmer, thinks outside the box, bohemian is kind of what I'm coming to the mind of. Meeting somebody that is very much a millionaire that has always gone with the grain, that, you know, say that they're an investor. Let's go with that. An accountant, banker, investor kind of person. Very, very strategic, if you will, very bohemian. So very much opposites is how I would put it. They're coming together, and it's like, whoa, love at first sight in a random meeting of chance where both of them were brought outside their comfort zones in a place that they normally would never go to or haven't been there, like haven't been before. They just wanted to meet or experience something new. That's what this day, this trine, these sextiles between Venus, Jupiter, North Node, South Node, the Moon, are all bringing in such a beautiful coherence when it comes to energetic coherence, emotional intelligence and coherence, heart-brain entanglement and energy coherence, but quantum entanglement when it comes to alignment. This is the best card of the deck, by the way, with the Sun. 19 reduces to 1 with new beginnings, fresh starts, the birth of something new, attainment, soul's temple, success, coming together, fire energy being ignited, jubilation, vitality, enthusiasm, success again, prosperity, attainment, ultimate glory of fulfillment, not only with material wealth, with health, stability in your relationships, safety, right? But also through confidence, compassion, contentment, and accepting each other, accepting yourself, balancing individuality and mutuality in such a beautiful way that only the soul's temple can bring us. It's gorgeous divine masculine and divine feminine coming together, and the world is your oyster. Karma's turning in your favor, but this is also too, karma is meant for you in a beautiful way. Remember, Saturn's here as well, in initiation of action on Aries, in our 8th house of transformation, right up alongside Neptune, manifesting, calling us to align authentically with our dream life, and that includes our relationships as well. This is where the cycles are turning in your favor, and it's coming to a test where, like I say, if you've sacrificed in relationships in the past, even leaned on a codependent nature of habits, imprints, ingrained messages, or expectations from past lives, you're coming into like learning this lesson, ending those types of preconditions, pre-programming for growth, repetition, beginnings, tribulations, following that third eye. And again, we've got Jupiter's blessing here all the way around. Cannot tell you enough, Venus and Jupiter are both benefiques, right? They're very positive planetary signs. These two coming together, and remember, Jupiter is going to be in our 11th house all the way through June of 2026. Venus is going to be with Jupiter until she changes signs at the end of August here. This is gorgeous energy, and it's grounding with that Taurian moon. Remember, our moon regulates our emotions, harnesses the waves of change in so many great ways when it comes to our emotional intelligence, in our coherence. Taurian energy is very much about comforts, appreciating each other, love language of actions, simple actions too, like making somebody lunch before they go off to work kind of energy. Truly cherishing the moments of getting a bouquet of flowers, but not just a bouquet on a special occasion, a just because bouquet. Just because I'm thinking about you, just because I wanted to say I love you. That's Taurian energy, and it's all through actions speak louder than words, but it's in a whole different way of communication. Very much a physical communication in so many great ways that speak truly from the heart, in all of its innocence, in all of its vulnerabilities. With the 6, again, it's balance, symmetry, harmony, integration, emotion, harmony of opposites. I have goosebumps. Reciprocity. I am so curious as a cat to know, share your experiences of what happens on the 15th, who you come into contact with, whatever it is, because August 15th, numerologically breaking it down as well, 14, change, just saying. But this is coming in through charity, generosity, that ebb and flow of true reciprocity when it comes to relationships. The give and the take that becomes only from balance with each other, right? Sharing with others, being vulnerable and being accepted in every bit of who you are, even on your worst days. Sharing knowledge with each other, experiences with each other. And it's got a lot to do with the foundational of finance aspects. That came out again with, like I say, in the pre-shuffle. I hit 2 10 of coins with both decks. So, just saying. But this is where with the 8 of Cups, you're moving away from delusionment, from disappointment, pre-programming, past life imprints when it comes to toxicities in relationships, seeking higher meaning and wisdom, and truly aligning to partnerships that are so symbiotic, so balanced, that bring stability, that shine in their prosperity, stand the test of time. And remember, love transcends time and space. It's the universal language. This is what brings us strength, success, standing in our fortuity as well, and utilizing our discernment to know who's not for us, who's not compatible or aligned, and who truly calls to the heart. This is your harvest. This is Piscean energy when it comes to the dreamer, your North Node energy being exalted with Jupiter's kiss. And it also has an attachment to that crown chakra, right? That is stepping into the Fool's shoes so that you can learn to live a more inspired life, particularly when it comes to your partnerships, and seeing the lessons, the inspiration, the healing, the spiritual growth that each one of them gives you. This is connected as well to that relationship with the universe in a lot of ways too, that you are walking divine. You hold the divine. You have source within you, right? Each and every one of us do. That you are complete and whole with all parts of yourself for exactly who you are, just as you are, knowing you're enough. I mean, look at this too. This is so crazy. 3 third eyes, 2 crowns, and a heart chakra. I absolutely love this energy, and I have goosebumps again. I cannot help it, and I am not sorry. But on the bottom of the deck, because I always keep wanting to do this with you guys, check out these additional messages. Talk about seeing through the unseen. Seeing and manifesting the relationships of your dreams, utilizing your intuition, seeing things as they are, and reaching for that hope of the future, healing what needs to be healed so that you can walk into relationships that truly lead to contentment, positivity in your future, inspiration, renewal of who you are in every bit of beauty that you bring. Taking action, not letting fear overwhelm your action as well. How you argue, how you advocate, how you articulate, how you confront when it comes to handling conflicts. Because remember, Virgos, with our South Node, if people don't come to us with honesty and sincerity, our cutoff game is like strong, right? I'm just going to say it in that way and leave it right there. This is working through resolutions, through compassion, through compromise, realizing that when we're accepted as our lower expressions, accepting others as well, through forgiveness, through teaching each other, growing together. This is your Ace of Wands. New beginnings, opportunities, your strength that brings inspiration in your relationships. And again, we've got personal career development coming out there too. So you could be meeting someone through work, I'm just saying. But either way, this is new action, new beginnings that are rooted with not only Virgo and energy in Leo season, but with our 11th house being raised with that Cancer energy between Venus and Jupiter. And because I pulled it a 3rd time now, even though you guys didn't get to see the first 2, this also brings in prosperity, strong foundations when it comes to family life, prosperity and wealth, achievement, business partners, material success, grounding Virgo energy. Again, this also speaks to our inner, wait, hold on, let me just double check this. Oh, that's Mercury. I'm just saying. I don't know why I didn't recognize it at first. At first I was thinking Mars, but I'm like, wait, or Venus, but I was like, wait, nope, it's got 2 of these guys. But either way, Mercury, remember, Mercury is exalted in our 12th house right now. Your intuition is on fire. Mercury is sitting right alongside with the sun in our 12th house in Leo season. Leo is the heart. That's the lion heart energy, right? Don't be afraid of diving into love. Embrace love with that lion heart energy. With Mercury here as well, like I say, it's got a lot to do with your intuition, your divine connection, your hidden strengths and talents. This is also where I'm getting, in a lot of ways, when you two meet, when you two exalt and lift each other up, this connection is so electric, you'll have this kind of hidden communication with each other that other people may not get. Other people, you won't even have to talk with each other, right? It's just something that even by reading each other so well with your body language, you're just that connected. That's the type of soul tribe connections that you're bringing in, that you're calling in, that this 3rd gift of this week, of the early birthday gifts for Virgos, is bringing us. And it truly is fated. It's destined moments that are coming in. Now, before we go as well, I just wanted to look at our spirit animal totems. So we've got grace, greatness, and nobility. Is all I gotta say. With the swan, this is about gliding across the waters of your soul, bringing wisdom to light and transforming with elegance and grace, inspiring not only others but yourself with dignity and the spirit of beauty, because you're meant for greatness when it comes to love. Love is your strength. Leadership is your path. It's got a lot to do with work. I'm just saying, there's something about it. Your wisdom inspires everyone that you meet. You can overcome any problem. You will naturally and easily achieve success. And it has a lot to do with the fact that we are stronger together in our partnerships. With nobility, with the elk, this is also about celebrating your accomplishments with humility, right? You're crowned for success. You're meant to have soulmates and soul tribes in this lifetime, and from lifetime to lifetime. You are never alone. Just remember that. And on the Honey Sea Star, in this family, we're all here lifting you up as well. You guys lift me up with every interaction, with every comment, like, share, subscribe, view. Cannot tell you enough. Super thanks, donations. I have goosebumps every single time I even try and articulate it, and it's because each and every one of you impact me in such a beautiful, vibrant way. You truly shine. The way that you shine makes me shine. This is that type of energy on this day, and that's what this channel is. That's what you guys do for me and to me. I'm just saying, and I hope that these messages do the same for you. But you keep me going. You're the reason why this channel is here. This is also, too, where Spirit is reminding you that you're not alone in the way where the universe is connected, too. Powerful forces are guiding you at this time. Utilize your intuition. Your ability to conquer challenges is limitless at this time. Now, also, too, let's look at our major arcana in this, because this is gorgeous. And also, too, stay tuned, because this weekend's got some pretty amazing energy involved. We've got a moon moving over into Gemini. I touched on it on the weekly read, but I'll leave it there. Just stay tuned. We've got some good gifts coming here. And then next week as well, we've got a new moon in Virgo. And I'm also planning to do an affirmation video as well for new moon meditation, because it's going to be in our sign. So stay tuned. But with color therapy and music therapy, what we pulled is the A sharp, the D, and then also the G sharp. And then colors. I mean, look at this. Indigo, purple, and orange. Orange is all about creativity and like stimulation when it comes to inspiration with our sacral energy, creative flow all the way around. And then also, too, our indigo star seeds and purple aligns us to our crown chakra, to our divinity and inner fire. So I truly hope that this reading helps. I am sending you guys so much love and light. Take care, and I will see you in the next reading.